Guys, I have some Bible study tea for you guys. So the Lord has me back in Leviticus, and about a year and like a couple months ago when I first started reading Leviticus, I was so lost. And now where I'm at with my journey with God, I just have had so much more revelation. And so God has me reading the Old Testament again. And I've been back in Leviticus, and I'm in chapter 19, and I haven't had any crazy revelations in Leviticus until right now. And I'm about to share that with you guys. So chapter 19 in Leviticus, verse 9 says, "When you reap the harvest of your land, you are not to reap to the very edge of your field or gather the gleanings of your harvest. Do not strip your vineyard bare or gather its fallen grapes. Leave them for the poor and the resident alien. I am the Lord your God." Okay. And so I was like, wow, that is so nice of God wanting to leave for the poor. And back in the day, so this was one of the public assistance programs in Israel. Farmers were not to completely harvest their fields, so the poor and needy could come and glean the remains for themselves. Grain was left at the corners of the field and grapes were left on the vine. This was a way to provide for the poor by leaving fields incompletely harvested. And this shows God cares for the poor and wants them to have opportunities. Like, how sweet is God that he was even telling them, do not completely harvest your land. Do not collect and gather all of the harvest of your crops. Leave some for the poor and leave them incompletely harvested. Okay. And then God gave me this revelation because this is exactly what Ruth was doing when Boaz noticed her. When she met Boaz, this is exactly what Ruth was doing, was gleaning the harvest. And it says in Ruth 2:2-3, it says, "So Ruth, the Moabitess, said to Naomi, 'Please let me go to the field and glean heads of grain after him, in whose sight I may find favor.' And she said to her, 'Go, my daughter.' Then she left and went and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And she happened to come to the part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the family of Elimelech." So that is how Ruth met Boaz. She was gleaning the field. She was collecting the leftover harvest of the field because God cares for the needy, for the poor. And I just got my first revelation through Leviticus. Isn't that so cool? Okay, so and it says, "You shall leave them for the poor and the stranger." This was a wonderful way to help the poor and the foreigner. It commanded the farmers to have a generous heart and the poor to be active and to work for their food. It made a way for the poor to provide for their own needs with both work and dignity. By gleaning the corners and the leftovers of the field, the poor were spared the embarrassment of asking for charity. God is just so sweet. Anyways, I thought you guys would like that because I've never had a revelation through Leviticus, and that was my first revelation.